Hey, what's going on, guys? So Julio Enciso is officially signed for Brighton and Hove Albion on a 4-year deal for a reported £9.5 million, subject to securing a work permit and international clearance. Interestingly, Brighton wanted to sign him on for 5 years, but the player himself preferred 4, which suggests to me that Enciso really fancies his chances of moving on to a bigger club in the not too distant future. This kid is well aware of just how good he is. Now, for those of you who've never heard of him, Enciso has had a truly remarkable start to his career. He made his debut for a domestic giant of a club in Libertad at the age of 15 and has been a first-team regular over the 3 years that have followed. This clearly didn't go unnoticed as he's also earned 6 caps for Paraguay. During this time, he's had a chance to learn from his idol in the experienced 39-year-old Oscar Cardozo at both club and international level, the talismanic striker who most of you probably remember from his time at Benfica. He's even spent a few months with another legend in Roque Santa Cruz, who recently signed from Olympia and knows exactly what it takes to shine in the Premier League, as showcased by his time with Blackburn Rovers and to a lesser extent Manchester City. Now, just this season alone, Enciso has scored 11 goals and provided 3 assists in a mere 14 league appearances, helping his side to the top of the league as things currently stand. This explains why, despite being only 18 years old, he'll join up with the Brighton first-team squad when they report back for pre-season training later this month, rather than starting down with the under-18s or under-23s. Even if the club believe he isn't quite ready for Premier League football, a loan move will be on the cards as opposed to youth football, which he appears to have already outgrown. In terms of his style of play, he's generally deployed as a centre-forward but is capable of playing on either side of the wing or as a second striker. Such versatility is of ever-increasing importance, with all sides around Europe attempting to play with fluent front threes. He does, however, have an inclination to head towards the left-hand side of the pitch, as showcased by his heat map, which is where he's likely to play under Graham Potter, given managers rarely stick teenagers into the spine of the side from the very get-go. The lad has speed and dribbling ability in abundance, which is why you'll see him surging past defenders like they're not even there. Loves running at fullbacks throughout the 90 minutes, which is a nightmare for opposition managers, as the only way to stop him when he's in full flow is to bring him down by fouling him. Although he's a bit of a lightweight and needs to bulk up in his 5'6" frame in order to be successful in English football, he has a really low center of gravity, which allows him to evade challenges using his quick feet, incredible close control, and agility to accelerate forward. In addition to being a threat in behind against high back lines, Enciso also has plenty of technical quality, which makes him just as much as a menace against teams who sit back. While he doesn't provide much of a physical presence up top and massively struggles with aerial duels and having his back to goal, Enciso has intelligent movement, which makes it difficult to man-mark him for the entirety of the game. His shooting ability from all angles is top-notch, and he'll attempt plenty of shots at goals from both long and close range. It can be frustrating at times when he's got better options available, but most goal scorers do have that selfish streak within them, so it's no surprise he sometimes attempts to do everything on his own, given a lack of experience at the very highest level. Passing is a part of his game that he really needs to work on, as he chooses not to play through balls when the option may very well be available, and often fails to execute his attempts due to misdirection, even when his vision is on point. The biggest problem area, however, is his crossing, as it's extremely hit or miss at the minute. It could possibly be negated by the fact that the left back or left wing back provides the width, while this lad continuously cuts in, but it's something the coaching staff will need to iron out so he can chip in with assists rather than just the goals in the future. Overall, Enciso's a massive talent. Not only has he broken through into the best Libertad side in a number of years, but also ended up becoming their main man despite his tender age. That being said, he's only a teenager who's moving away from his home country for the first time, so will, in all likelihood, take some time to adapt to completely new surroundings. Something I'm sure he'll be given at a club as well run as Brighton currently are. Fortunately for him, he's not the first South American to be snapped up by Brighton, and will have company in the form of Alexis McAllister and Moises Caicedo, another player who has massively impressed and that I have high hopes for. It's a great time to be a Brighton fan at the minute, finishing 9th last season and now looking to take the next step and qualify for some form of European football. I'm someone who's been tracking Graham Potter's career ever since he worked miracles at Östersund, and I'm delighted to see him getting all the plaudits that he so richly deserves. It appears to be only a matter of time before he moves on, but should Brighton progress further this season, he could even be tempted to stay and continue working on what appears to be an incredibly promising project. Cheers for tuning in, guys. This isn't someone I've actually watched live, but I had heard a lot about him and did research for the purposes of this video. If you want to find out anything else, do ask me in the comments below, and do consider subscribing if you're new. Cheers everyone, and have a great week ahead.